guys, this is Carrie with Fullerton Professional Organizing, and today we're talking about a professional organizer by the name of Lisa Woodruff from Organize 365. And in this, she's talking about household operations binders. Now, she's not the only organizer that uses binders, and she might have I don't know if she got this. She used to be a teacher, so I don't know if this is adapted from her teaching days. But when I was a teacher, I heard a teacher talk about binders, and I used them for all of my teaching stuff and started using them for my home as well. And binders really are, in my opinion, and I guess in Lisa Woodruff's opinion, and I've also seen the organizer Nikki at home and Nikki at work, her YouTube videos, and she also uses binders. Now this one just happens to be the one household operations binder, but I believe she also uses one for all of her every time she gets something fixed in her home, she puts that in the binder. So when she sells her home, she has everything that she has done in her home, paint, fixing the dishwasher, the sink, all of that is in that binder, and she can either pass it along to the new homeowners, or when she moves, she no longer needs it. And binders are really, I think, a lot better than using a file cabinet, because everything you can just put it in sheet protectors, turn the page, and everything is just visible. And I don't know, I think it's a great idea. Now, saying all of that, talking about how to use them in your home might not be as exciting to listen to, but nevertheless, I'm going to tell you a few ways that she suggests using a household operations binder, and especially if you have kids, pets, and you hire babysitters and all of that, because when you have a binder with all of that information, then you can pass that along to the babysitters and anyone that is needing information about how you want things done. But again, like I said, we're going to talk a little bit about it, and it's probably not the most exciting thing we've talked about, but it is a good thing to have. She's also the creator of the Sunday basket, where she believes that every piece of paper that comes into your home that you have not already thrown out and recycled because it no longer was relevant and you didn't bring it into your home, all the things that you need to take action on, she says she just puts in a Sunday basket, and on Sundays, that's when she takes care of it. That means all emails, all bills, anything that needs to be action. She calls it a Sunday basket. So she's talked about that before, but this is what we're going to talk about today. She says, this is something that I have found. Organization is a learning skill, and we've talked about that before. Everyone can learn to get organized. And number 2, time always comes from organization. You always get more time the more organized you are. Now, different types of binders she talks about. Now, we have 4 binders. She says she has 4 binders, but she sells these binders, but you can make them yourself. But if you don't want to, you can check out Organize 365. She says, now we have 4 binders in the Organize 365 line that replace your file cabinet. Medical, financial, household reference, which we already touched on, and then the operations binder is really great for those who have kids at home right now or grandkids. And she really suggests, in things I've studied about her, is she really suggests having medical binders for your in-laws and your parents, because especially once they start aging, you're going to need that information if they're ever hospitalized or in hospice or any of those things. It's good to have something like that in place now. But moving on. But when my kids were 5 to 15, at one point I just kept this on the end of my kitchen counter. That's her operations binder. Because as if it was my lesson plan book, because that's what it felt like. It felt like my lesson plan book. She was trying to get her family organized, so she had this operation binder that she had already spent time putting all of the things that she wanted to be done a certain way in place, and she referred to it often, because just because you're the one that created all the plans doesn't mean you're going to remember everything that you created, especially if it's a new plan. So she says you can keep business cards in there, have a table of contacts. She says you need slash pockets. Those are those dividers with the pocket dividers. So they're just binder inserts that have tabs that are see-through, so you can see what's in there. You can also put little pieces of paper or index cards in there, and you're not going to fall out. That's why she loves them. And we're going to go over how she uses them. She says, start with a slash pocket. I want you to always have tons of index cards around. Write down all your brilliant ideas, and then you can just slide them into the slash pockets. Or if you have a filer, or if you have a flyer or you tear something out of a magazine, you can also put that in, something that you want to read later or take action on later. Put it in there, and then usually a couple of times a year she'll go through the binder and hole punch everything that she wants to keep in there and have it nice and pretty. Now, what would you put in a lesson plan book as being a mom? It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom, working mom, or if you're a dad, whatever. You are taking care of kids, a household. What are the things that we want in our operations binder for our house, for our lesson plans? The first section is going to be your general information. Now, she's got a lot she talks about here, and I'm going to try to skip around and go through it quickly, because these are things she suggests that you use and fill out, but going on and on and on and on about them is a little bit overwhelming, and I think you can figure it out. Household binders, operations, and reference is because reference is the binder that you would use if you're going to sell your house. We talked a little bit about that tomorrow, or if you were going to move and rent a new house, or if something breaks in your house. So that's the reference binder. The operations are about the people you live inside of your house. So the operations of everything that concerns your actual people and children and family. Okay, so when do they go to bed? What do they like to eat? Do they need a little blankie or lovey, she calls it, when they go to bed? So what kind of stuff, like if somebody was going to be a babysitter, if someone was going to be your child care provider, if someone was going to do house sitting, if you were going to go to the hospital and have a baby and somebody had to run your household, like what is the lesson plans for your house? Because face it, a lot of times, and this isn't for everyone, but a lot of times there's one person that pretty much runs most of what goes in on in your home. If that person is hospitalized, the other person has to take over. No matter how busy that person is, there are things that have to be done when the one that stays home and takes care of the home is incapacitated and can't do it or sick. So in there I have what are the neighbors' names, who are the emergency contacts, who does the trash, what day is trash day, how do we get a hold of the trash person, mail information, all of that goes in that binder. All the family information, emergency sheets, other information, first aid, flashlights, where are the exit doors, what is your exit plan for a fire, evacuation plan, earthquake plan if you live in an earthquake area, tornado plan, all of those emergency plans depending on your area, family clothes size checklist, what size do your children wear, what do they need, family clothing sizes. You're probably going through all the clothing, getting rid of it for back to school right now, getting ready for fall, and what have people outgrown in your house. Important dates tracker, important dates. That would be that when back to school, when you print out the calendar, the school calendar, so you know when the kids are out of school, when they have events, all of that goes in there. And then your birthdays, anniversaries, all of the dates that you want to remember. If you have traditions as a family, put that in there. It says, what do you want to remember? Lesson plans. This isn't just an accountable to-do list, but what do you want to remember? Like every March, that's when I would go through all the children's clothes again and get swimsuits ready. Switch out the fall and the summer wardrobe. April, make sure it's sign up for all the camps. June, birthdays, anniversaries, you get it. All of those important dates go in there. Family reunions, utility company information, because we have to call the cable, electric, the garbage. We have to call all these services and move them over to the next house if you're, moving. But those are things that you need to know in case something happens. Meal planning. Now, she even has meal planning in there. Now, I would put my meal planning in there because mine is super easy and any person in the household could duplicate what I do, because all of my chicken recipes just depend on a different sauce, like Thai sauce, or a different seasoning, like everything but the bagel seasoning, lemon, lime, cilantro seasoning. Those are all my different chicken recipes, so anybody can grab those spices or sauces, add them to the chicken, and they've cooked. Of course, I use air fryer. I don't know about her meal planning per se, but that would be all in there. The super easy stuff that if you, like we said, if you went on vacation and your kids had to take care of themselves because they're now older, or you're going on a business conference and your husband has to take over, these are easy recipes that can be done with no effort whatsoever. And reduce the amount of cleaners. She says the only thing I would say about cleaning, she puts her cleaning plan in there, but reduce the amount of cleaners you have. Pretty much I have toilet bowl cleaner, soft scrub, and Windex, and I can clean almost anything with those three. Oh, and Resolve. I use Resolve, occasionally vinegar, but I don't have 18 different cleaners. That's her point. Keep it simple. Use an all-purpose cleaner and a disinfectant. I do use, me personally, I do use Comet, and I use bleach in the bathroom just because bleach kills, not only disinfects, but it also kills those odors that, and yeah, that's what I use. Just an all-purpose and a disinfectant cleaner and a bleach cleaner in the bathroom. I use Comet because it scrubs nicely in the sinks. And vinegar. Vinegar is a must. Figure out how to get somebody to clean your house. You would be amazed what it feels like, even if you only do it twice a year. She's saying she had a house cleaner, so she needed in the binder where she needed to find all of those items that she would need to clean her house. And she just says there's no reason to feel shame if you've hired someone to clean your house, and if you can't afford to have a weekly or an every other week, sometimes even having someone come and clean while you're on vacation and you come back and your house is nice and clean just once a year, is super, super nice. It's a great way to make yourself feel good. Some self-care. And that's how we feel about hiring an organizer as well, because an organizer is going to help you have everything, a place for everything, and everything will be in place. And then cleaning is much easier because you don't have to constantly shuffle things and try to find where everything goes. It just makes things go smoother. Now, what kind of cleaning person are you? Are you one of those types that does all the laundry on the same day every week and just spends all your time getting it done in one day? Or do you do a little every day so that you don't have a big pile at the end of the week? I have found, I used to do all the laundry on Sunday and fold all the laundry, wash and fold all the laundry on Sunday. But when the pandemic hit, I started doing my my children were grown. They were in their 19, they were graduating from high school. And my husband did his own laundry once a week. My son did his laundry once a week. I did my laundry once a week. And boy, did that eliminate all the piles of laundry I did on Sunday. And when I was doing my own laundry, it was just 5 outfits. So it was really, really fast. So if all of your family members are old enough to do their own laundry, man, it is such a time relief to have them all do their own laundry, because when you only have 5 outfits or 7 outfits to fold, you can stand there and fold them right there at the dryer. Now, if your family members don't, take advantage of that time to fold their own clothes, hey, their drawers are their mess. You are only responsible for what you can get done, right? So, that's what she says. Do all the laundry in one day kind of person, or then there are people who like to do a load of laundry every single day. She says you're one of these two people, and once you know which one you are, it will help you with all of your organizing tasks because you'll have it scheduled. Like I did it all on Sundays. Doing 15 minutes of organizing a day. You can be that person, or you can get it all done in one day. Grocery shopping, which led to him doing the eating. Oh, she assigned her husband to start doing all the cooking because she was so busy with her organizing business. Um, but she says in your operations planner, you can do theme by your meal planning. You can theme by food or theme by cuisine or theme by schedule. Figure out how you want to do your meal plan for your family. Make a weekly meal planner. Keep this on the refrigerator. Make a master grocery list. Put it in their takeout menu directory. She says, put progress over perfection is all I have to say. She's not asking for this planner to be perfect or the meal planning to be perfect. Just keep working on it and making it better. Uh, House cleaning section. 3 is house cleaning. Now, I also outsource this one. She says weekly cleaning checklist. She has a weekly cleaning checklist. Binder. She creates the binder all in, let's see, what did she say here? Already purchased from the store, and open up the binder and create the binder all in one day. So you're either an all in one day kind of person, or you need bigger chunks of time. She's just talking about how much time it would take to create this binder, um, because she has a lot of checklists that you can print out. So you can either organize your entire garage in a day, or 20 minutes is best, or 30 minutes is best. Just figure out what works for you when it comes to organizing and cleaning, and put that in the binder. General household maintenance. Moving on. Section 4 is general household maintenance. So, general household maintenance, this is the daily running of your house. Uh, so frequently used service providers and contractors, that would be like carpet cleaners or pest control, things, that kind of things that you use on a regular basis, put that in there. Or the seasonal home maintenance checklist. She has a checklist for that you can put in there, so you'll know what to do and when to do it. A home maintenance log, so you'll have the dates put in when these things were done to, when you cleaned your house, when you had a carpet cleaner come, when the pest control comes. Your home improvement wish list can go in there. She says rarely used items tracker. This one is awesome. This is your rarely used items tracker. So this is how do I change the code in the automatic garage door opener? How do I reprogram the thermostat? How do I, whatever, any of those things that you do once a year or twice a year, very rarely, and there's someone that knows how to reprogram, or the remote on the TV, those things that you don't remember how to do because you don't do them very often, but when something needs to be reprogrammed, you need to have those instructions in there. Uh, have a list of things that you've loaned out or borrowed. A battery checker. Car supply list for different seasonality. Teen driver log. Especially if they're doing driver's ed and they have to have 50 hours. She says she made sure her kids all had 100 hours done, even though the requirement was 50 hours done for driving. She has a holiday and event planning section. Holiday and event planning. Fun to do some neat holiday things with your kids. They will remember them for their lifetime. So plan in those holiday events. Hospitality checklist. House guest hospitality checklist. Staycation ideas or things. Life events. Different life events. Graduation party tracker. Then we would have road trip itineraries. Spring break planners. Um, let's see, holidays, planners, Thanksgiving, Christmas, gift ideas, gift purchases, baking and food, baking organizational things, Christmas wrap up, then general holiday and party planners. Um, every October going into November, I also do the holiday blitz, and I teach you how to do the last 6 weeks of the year in a separate Sunday basket box. It's a free blitz that we have at Organized 365, so you can keep your eyes out for that. Right now, she's doing a back to school blitz, talking about, getting your school clothes ready for your kids, getting your planning ready for the calendar, all the events, school events, and she talks about all of that. Summer Then there's summer. Summer is, always looked at summer as my time. Well, yeah, when you're a teacher, she says I kind of got some of these pages mixed up, but she talks about a spring break planner, summer planning. She was a teacher, so when she had summers off, she completely spent that time on her home and her family. She said, I could really invest in my kids and make memories, spend long days at the pool, have less of a schedule, and build in life skills. So she taught her kids life skills during the summer. If there were any chores that I wanted to teach them, I did those in the summer. So I kind of walked through my summer planning process. Some of the things that I ask are home improvements. We did all of our home improvements in the summer as well. She says, what do you need in the summer? Have a list. What do you need during the summer? What do you need work wise? What do you need sanity wise? What does your budget afford? She says, when you're 15 and 16 and you're not in a lot of sports, there aren't a lot of camp options. So a mother's helper for me gave me some time to work and gave my kids an ability to drive to friend's house, to the mall, and to the movies. She hired a someone that could drive her kids to activities while she worked from home. Usually your summer is 10 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She would, I guess, plan her summer out that way. Color coding. So when I had a kid sign up in camp, like if purple was Abby's color, then anything that I registered Abby for would be purple. Then anything registered Joey would be blue. All of her kids were color coded so that she was able to use those colors in her planner and she knew which kid was which. And then we already talked about the holiday. So now let's do a review of what she was talking about. But first, let me show you right now what she has going is back to school blitz that I told you about. She talks about clothing for school. She talks about setting up a command center. She talks about school supplies for day 3. And you can find all of this on YouTube. Day 4 is personal grooming. Day 5 is getting out the door. 1 is clothing, command center. 3 is supplies. 4 is personal grooming. 5, getting out the door. And I have not read these printables, and I have only listened to the clothing one. So maybe I will go and listen to this and report back to you on that. But right now, let me do a review of the household operations binder and what she says in review of that, in case there's something that you missed. Since I went through it, I tried to go through it pretty quickly. If your house was a school and you were the teacher, you would need to create a lesson plan. That is what the household operations binder is for your house. It's like a teacher's lesson plan. Sorry, guys. It doesn't matter if you're a stay-at-home mom, working mom, if you're a dad, whatever. If you are taking care of kids and a household, there are certain things you need in a household operations binder. What Lisa says about it is organization is a learnable skill. Everyone can learn to get organized. And number two, time always, always, always comes from organization. Extra time. You can customize your household operations binder to be just the way you want it. Household operations binder isn't just an actionable to-do list, but what you want to remember. Color code your binder with each child's activities being a different color, and choose another color for family activities. Then at a glance, you can see how full your week or month is and whether you should be saying no to additional activities. How busy is your schedule? Do you need to cut down on some activities? Are you way too busy? We spend all this money and do all of this planning for all of these things for our kids, and the things that they remember is the weekend that the power went out and you cooked grilled cheese in your fireplace in your house. Memories come in the everyday, and that's true. Like, we had a hurricane here in Harlingen, Texas, and we set up tents in our living room and watched Gilligan's Island until we had no more power. So, you make the best of all these moments. Start your binder with information someone would need if they had to take you to a hospital or register someone for school. Include emergency information like where's the first aid kit, where are the flashlights, and where are the exit doors. Include an important dates tracker and have it go all 12 months. You can include things that are traditions for your family and you do year after year. It's not that you forget these traditions that you do every year. What you forget is that you need to plan ahead. And sometimes these traditions are done every year and then they're just thrown together because you didn't plan ahead. And so that's what this binder helps with. Helps you remember to do some things before. A utility company section is incredibly useful. Be sure and indicate the electric company, cable company, garbage pickup company. Other sections include meal planning and cleaning schedule or checklist. Make it unique to how you meal plan and clean. Make a rarely used section that includes how do I change the code in the automatic garage door opener and how do I reprogram the thermostat. And I add in how to program all those remotes for your TV when your husband leaves town and you want to watch TV. Those are good things to put in the operations binder. All right, guys, I know that the operations binder sometimes is not the most interesting subject, but it is very, very helpful. And I hope you enjoyed this. Check out Lisa Woodruff. She does have a podcast and she does have a YouTube. And it is Lisa Woodruff from Organized 365. All right, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Give me thumbs up and come back next time, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.